NWA Prepper here. In my minion outfit, I was told on a previous video. I don't know. Whatever. It is a great day for me, and I hope it is for you as well. It is a day that I was able to increase my preparedness leaps and bounds. As important, sorry about that, as important as any of my other preps, today I made them more valuable. I made them easier to get to. I made my preps, I doubled them, tripled them, made them so much more effective, it's hard to believe. I made my bug out bag more effective. I for sure made my bug out bag more effective. I made everything in my preparedness life exponentially better in one day. Now, it is a day that I've been preparing for quite a while, because it took some preparation. So, what did I do that made my preparedness so much more effective and valuable? I want to tell you, because you can do it too. You should do it too. And then it's because you should. And the sun's going to shine for a minute. There it is. I reworked my preparedness plan. And I don't mean that I sat down and thought, what am I going to do if X happens? What am I going to do if Y happens? I put pen to paper and reworked my plan that was old. My old emergency plan was not very effective. It was old, as in it was, 10, 11, 12 years old. And so not only was it not effective because it was old and out of date, it wasn't effective because I've learned and accomplished so much more since then that were not part of that plan. So if my wife were to pick up that notebook, because I have it in a notebook, I don't call them procedures, I call them guidelines, because guidelines are flexible. Because no matter what you plan, you're going to have to be flexible. Things are going to fail or change, or you just need to be willing to roll with the punches. That being said, that doesn't mean I'm going to shoot from the hip and I don't need a plan. I started with what I was preparing for. Now, my preparedness has certainly changed from today to when I first started. So I went through it and I made a list and brainstorming, which means as soon as I think something, I write it down. It doesn't matter if I think I'm going through a list of disasters and then all of a sudden I think of macaroni and cheese. I would write down macaroni and cheese. Every thought that popped into my head for what kind of disasters I want to be prepared for, or emergencies, not just disasters. And so I did that. I made that list. And then I went through and I looked and said, how do I want to react to each one? Is it a shelter in place? Is it go to the store and make sure I have plenty of eggs and milk and butter and the snowstorm stuff? Or do I want to be gone? Or what triggers me in this event to leave house? Because I do have a 25-minute drive, which is several, for me with kiddos and my wife, it's several days walk. What's going to make me start that journey? And I went through there, and some of it hadn't changed. Some of what I had down before have changed. Some things I hadn't thought of, and I certainly hadn't decided what's going to be the trigger for us to bug out, because we have a little bit of a bug out. Now I have to decide, where am I bugging out to? I didn't have any options before, and now I've got several. And I went through that list, or I made a list and I compared it to what I had, and I went down, and it took several hours. And some of it was things that I had thought of when I thought of tornadoes. I jotted some things down, and I'd already put some pre-thought into it. So it was definitely a work in progress. So I got it all done. I got it to where I was happy with it. And, And then I looked at it again, and I edited it again. I spent the better part of a day just working on that plan. Just writing and rewriting and rethinking how I'm going to react and what my plan was, what I envisioned. And I went through that, and I put it on paper, or I amended the paper, and then I made a copy of it, and I put it in my notebook. I told my wife, because she wasn't with me, and she was with me the first time, and I said, hey, I want you to look at this because I've reworked some things, and give me your input. And then she's going to look at it, and she's going to go through it and put her suggestions down, and then we're going to sit down together with the kids, and we're going to go through it, and we're going to finalize things as it goes. Thus, by having a plan that's thought out, that's on paper, so the when we're leaving list is in that book, and I put several copies on it. I'm like, well, I actually didn't. I put C, page whatever. So the list is towards the back, and then my plan, it's like, okay, if there's a tornado and we have to leave the house, these are the things that I grab. C, page, I think it was 18. And I flip back there, and I'm like, okay, kids, wife, dog, bug out bags. Does everyone, and there's, everyone's bug out bag, including my dog. Do we have shoes? Do we have clothing? Now, if we have time, then we're going to change clothes. If it's a midnight, we have time to put on clothes, we will. If not, there are clothes right by our bug out bag. They may not match. They may be something, bib overalls and a yellow shirt. Who knows? And I went down, and that has everything we need. Not everything we'd like, because I'd like to have time to get everything, but I can't. And how long I think it would take. And as we develop that list, those times will get more precise because we'll practice. Work your plan. It will make you feel good, and it will make your preparedness so much more efficient. And that makes it better. Let's get ready.